Education officials are investigating the veracity of a spike in reports of alleged sexual abuse of students by teachers. Whether these charges are proven true, the General Secretary of the St. Lucia Teachers Union says his organization is alarmed and very concerned. Wayne Cumberbatch says the union was not aware of the increased cases. However, he says the Teachers Union is prepared to work with the Ministry of Education to stamp out such appalling and immoral practices in the school system.
We know that there have been cases of such abuse. We know such cases have gone to court. Okay, we know persons who have actually gone to jail. So, it is not something that is new to the system. If there is an increase, I think the ministry should be working on stamping it out.
But what can be done to protect students from the perpetrators of such heinous crimes? The Director of Human Services says before the matter can be dealt with, people must first understand that the issue has been around for a long time. Clementia Eugene says there is a need for thorough background checks of people who wish to enter the teaching profession. She says job applicants must also be asked to produce a police certificate of character before they are admitted into the educational system as teachers.
It has been happening for a very, very long time. And what we need to do is to ensure that in all occupations where people work with children, for example, teachers and early childhood educators and even social workers and probation officers, we need to ensure that a police certificate of character is submitted to ensure that those persons have not been involved in the law, particularly having committed crime against children.
Eugene says the issue of sexual abuse by teachers is a serious one which must be dealt with at all levels of society. She says the issue is a social problem which requires more than just the intervention of the Ministry of Education, but the entire criminal system.
If there are allegations that a teacher has sexually molested a child, that the matter should go to the police. It should be reported to us and to the police, and it should go through the due process. But what has happened from my experience is that the Ministry of Education, they deal with it internally, as I said earlier on, as if they're their own judge, jury, on that matter, and we would have believed that it would have gone through the whole process of the law.
The Teachers Union is also calling for the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education to retract a statement, which it says casts the school system in a negative light. The union's General Secretary says the organization is troubled by statements purportedly made by Dr. Rufina Frederick, who allegedly implied that school principals were guilty of sweeping reports of sexual abuse under the carpet. Wayne Cumberbatch described the comment as unfortunate and says it should not have been made.
First thing a parent would think, is it the school where my child is at school? And so on, So I believe that it is a statement that was very unfortunate, and I think that to remove that cloud of doubt, I believe that the PS should withdraw that statement. To make a statement like that and not say what is the action being taken suggests that the ministry is just as guilty. Because if the ministry knows that such an offense is taking place at the school and nothing is being done about it, well, the ministry is just as guilty.
Both the Human Services Department and the Teachers Union say they will work closely with the Ministry of Education to put an end to the practice and ensure that students are protected. However, the Director of Human Services says a collective approach is vital because the number of cases might be much higher than what is being reported. Several teachers have been brought to justice for sexually abusing their students, and some teachers have also lost their jobs. However, despite the criminal prosecution of alleged perpetrators, the Ministry of Education says it continues to receive reports of sexual abuse of students by the very people responsible for their well-being during school hours. Shannon LeBon, HTS News, Channel 4.